Hello and welcome. Today it's all about powering your Insta360 X4. How much recording time can you really get and how fast can you be up and running again? All this and more coming up. So the X4 has a brand new battery which, according to Insta360, allows you to record for up to 135 minutes at 5.7K, which is almost 70% more than with the X3. It will also allow you to record for 75 minutes at 8K, and then when it comes to recharging, you can be back up and running with a full battery in less than 1 hour. Well, today we're going to do some testing to see just how close we can get to those numbers. And in addition, we're going to be looking at a couple of options that will allow you to spend more time recording and less time waiting on batteries to recharge. Firstly, the brand new fast charging hub that allows you to charge up to 3 batteries at the same time. And also we're going to check out how long we can record using a power bank, or specifically this one, the power selfie stick. Now there's a lot to cover here, of course, so as usual I'm going to place the chapters up here and on the video timeline. And before we get into it, just to mention that this video is not sponsored, paid for, influenced in any way. All of the equipment was purchased with my own money and the opinions are entirely my own. So let's get on with some testing. Okay, let's see how long we can truly record for in 5.7K 30 frames per second. I have started the recording with the quick start mode, so it powered up, immediately started recording 5.7K 30 frames per second, and at the exact same moment I started the timer going. So according to the specifications, we should be able to run this for 135 minutes. So we're just gonna leave this to run and let's see what happens. Now we are recording in 8K 30 frames per second. And of course, when you're recording at 8K, the camera can and will get pretty hot. Now I've taken all preventative measures. I've placed the thermo grip cover on here. This is supplied with the camera, and it's recommended that you put this in place whenever you're filming inside in environments without airflow. Now I have tried to get a little bit of airflow coming through here to improve the cooling, but I guess we're going to see which comes first. Is the camera going to get too hot and shut down, or are we going to run out of battery? If it's the latter, then we should be seeing somewhere around about 75 minutes of recording time. That would be according to the specifications, but I guess we're going to just leave this running and see how long we get. So I'm going to go do some other stuff. Okay, so obviously there was no flame and smoke here, but after just 32 minutes in this particular test, the camera did shut off due to overheating. Now, I did perform this test several times, and I do need to say that this particular test was the shortest time we were able to get. Typically, I was able to get much closer to an hour of recording time. In one case, even 67 minutes of recording time before the camera shut down. But I think the message here is that if you're recording at 8K 30 frames per second or 5.7K at 60 frames per second, you will probably be limited on the amount of time you'll be able to record due to overheating, not due to the battery. So what I did here is I gave the camera plenty of time to cool down. I gave it about an hour to cool down, and then I continued on with the test, and let's pick it up from that point. Well, so far so good, I would say. When it comes to battery life, I think we were definitely able to confirm the claims from Insta360. Now let's turn our attention to charging. Now, according to Insta360, in-camera charging will allow you to charge a battery from 0 to 80% in 36 minutes and all the way to 100% in 55 minutes. So let's see how we get on. Okay, so let's just make sure the battery is fully depleted. And powered on, you can see it's telling me that its battery is so low it's going to turn itself off in 15 seconds. So the battery is basically unusable at this point. And it turns itself off. All right, we're going to plug in and start the timer. Now, interestingly, it starts the count at 5%, which I find is a little strange, but okay. So, as you saw a moment ago, I was under the impression that the 0 to 80 time was 36 minutes, so I'm actually testing 2 minutes too early here. And obviously that explains why it hasn't quite reached the 80% mark yet. So now at 55 minutes we are expecting to see 100% charge. I do like this new feature of being able to see the charge state. 98%, so almost there. But just a couple of minutes later, there we are at 100%, and you'll also notice the charge lamp has gone out. So with our in-camera charging tests, we didn't quite match the claims from Insta360, but I would say close enough. Now, the problem, of course, is if you're charging in camera, obviously you cannot use the camera during that time and you have to wait for about an hour before you can start recording again. And that's where something like this comes in, the new fast charging hub. So if you have this and at least one extra battery, obviously you can be charging that battery while you're recording. Not only that, but you can charge up to 3 batteries at the same time, and this device is also a fast charger. So according to Insta360, this will charge a single battery from 0 to 80% in just 26 minutes and to full charge in 43 minutes. So let's test out that next. So 26 minutes came and went, and the flashing lamp did not change yet from amber to green. But less than a minute later, we are confirmed at 80%. And a full 2 minutes ahead of schedule, we are at 100%. Now, even though it seemed to miss slightly by not changing from amber to green at 26 minutes, I did actually pause charging and measure the battery, and turned out it was actually already at 83% at that point. And as you saw, instead of 43 minutes to full charge, it actually only took 41 minutes. So definitely we were able to confirm the claims of Insta360 when it comes to the fast charging hub. But that's what it looks like with a single battery. How will it perform when we put two batteries in? Let's have a look. And when charging two batteries simultaneously, the first battery reached 80% just as fast, if not slightly faster, than with one. And less than 10 minutes later, battery 2 also reached 80%. And pretty much identical to our single battery run, the first battery reaches 100% at 41 minutes. And 10 minutes later, battery 2 is also fully charged. Two batteries charged in 51 minutes. Well, that's pretty impressive. Basically, with two batteries installed, your first battery will charge just as fast as if you only had one, and then the second battery will be ready just a few minutes later. But what if you are out and about without access to chargers or extra batteries? You want to be able to record as long as possible, or maybe you want to set up to record for an extended duration. Well, that's where a power bank comes in, or in our case, we're going to use this particular power bank, the Power Selfie Stick. Now, if you're not familiar with this product, it's basically a selfie stick with a built-in power bank and also some remote control capabilities for the camera itself. And you'll be glad to know it is also compatible with the X4. Now, the Power Selfie Stick has a 4500 milliamp hour battery in it, compared to the 2290 milliamp hour battery in the X4. So in theory, you might think this will give it about 3 times the battery life, but you do have to consider that these things are not 100% efficient. So frankly, I would be happy to see double the battery life using the Power Selfie Stick, but let's find out. Okay, so now we are recording with the Power Selfie Stick attached. Now, very important, when you have this attached and you're doing a long recording, make sure the Power Selfie Stick hasn't gone to sleep and accidentally start it using the button here, because if it's gone to sleep, it's not going to be providing any charge. So as you can see, the Power Selfie Stick is on here. I even started it through the Power Selfie Stick just to make sure. Once again, we're recording at 5.7K 30 frames per second, so no real concerns of overheating. I'm expecting to see somewhere 4 hours at least of recording time, so let's leave this and see what happens. So that's pretty impressive. We more than doubled the recording time by using the power selfie stick, giving us over 5 hours of recording time. And of course, if you add a larger power bank, then you would be able to record for even longer still. So that concludes our overview of battery life and charging with the Insta360 X4. If there's something I didn't cover, if you have any questions, comments, or want to share your experience, please let me know by putting those into the comments section. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, got good information out of it, please remember to give us a like and also consider subscribing to the channel for a lot more Insta360 and other content. Thank you for watching.